Hey guys, BoarControl here again with another guide. This time we have Highlander Hunter. So usual stuff, here's the deck list. This is the fairly standard list. Yeah, we'll talk about the deck list, then we'll talk about Mulligan phase, then we'll talk about, I'll play some games and talk about gameplay. But yeah, for now, here's the deck. Is integral you have Zephyrs, Dragon Queen, and Diatom and Bran. And I think cards like Rotten Straight from the Adventure are very good too. They're not, you don't 100 need Rotten Straight to play the deck, but it is very good and quite important for the deck. If you don't have some of the cards in this list, for instance like Dragonbane, it's a good card I would play, but if you don't own it, you can play maybe the secret package, so one Phase Stalker, and then you could play Freezing Trap, maybe Snake Trap. That could be a package of cards that you want to play. Other than that, I'm not sure what else you would really play. I mean, there's some cards like Beta Eye, Wing Blast. They're not terrible. They're fine. You could fill them. There's some filler cards you could put in if you want. Yeah, this is the deck. Game plan is basically it's just a mid-range deck. You smoke your opponent down. Win Con, Zephyrs, Bran, Dragon Queen. Just try and spend all your mana each turn on minions. Smoke your opponent down. Not too dissimilar to like Dragon Hunter in that, but the main power curve comes from Bran and Dragon Queen, and Zeph, of course. So yeah, that's that. We'll look at the matchups and mulligans now. Okay guys, so here we have the deck on HS Replay. First, let's have a look at the matchups and see how good the deck is. Looking here, Legend of 5. It's beating Quest Druid, 50 against Embiggen Druid, loses the Dragon Hunter, destroys Highlander Mage, beats the Rogues, loses the Res Priest, loses the Mech Paladin, beats the Shamans, beats the Warlock, Galacron Warlock, and beats Warrior, so it's a pretty strong deck against the field. You're not going to be favored versus everything, and this looks pretty strong. Let's have a look at the meta tab. It is tier 1 on HS Replay, which means it's one of the best decks you can play to get Legend. And now we'll have a look at the mulligans and see what people are doing wrong. So yeah, you can see sort by mulligan win rate here against everything. We'll just look at everything to start with, then go to matchups. So you can see all the high win rate cards are generally early game cards. You want to start pressuring with minions early on, and then you finish with the late game powerhouses, but you can't finish without the pressure early. So it makes sense that all these cheap minions are the highest win rate. Have a look at some kept percentages. Makes sense to keep the Blazing Battle Mage, keep the Dwarven Sharpshooter. You're keeping the Fair Dragon in a lot of matchups, apart from maybe against aggro. Zeph only kept 91%. Don't know why that is. You always want to keep the Zeph, I think. Stormhammer looks massively underkept there. Animal Companion looks massively overkept here. It's one of the lowest mulligan win rate cards, but it's kept by 67% of players. It shouldn't be keeping Animal Companion. Cards like, you don't actually have that many minions, so Leok isn't buffing much of your board. Additionally, you don't have many beast synergies. There's no beast synergies in your deck. There's no kill command, no Hellmaster, so the beast isn't doing anything like that. Furthermore, the Huffer isn't getting you bored. Like only the Mishu is. I imagine if you could see the win rates of each Animal Companion, the Mishu would be like a high win rate, and the other ones would be low win rate. But yeah, Primordial Explorer looks like it's overkept as well. Card is not that amazing. We can see Desert Spear, massively underkept. Card is very strong. I'd be keeping Desert Spear all the time with this deck. Springport also underkept. It's not a very proactive one drop, but it does spend your mana. You can definitely keep this sometimes. Rottennest Drake only kept 16% of the time, but it's one of the higher mulligan win rate cards. Just because it's so good. Definitely if I have early game, I'm going to keep Rottennest Drake. It's so powerful. Yeah, Bully overkept. Tracking, never a keep in this deck. You want to draw the tracking later. Definitely overkept as well. Yeah, Evasive Fairwing, never a keep, I don't think. You don't want to keep that. Bran, I can see that. If we have a look differently now on the coin and off the coin, like on coin, I can see Bran's getting kept a lot more. And its win rate is a lot higher, so that does make a lot of sense. Dragon Queen as well. I wouldn't be keeping Dragon Queen myself, but you can see how good the Dragon Queen is. Yeah. Yeah, going first. Have a look. And going first just seems better for this deck, huh? Going second, everything's highest win rate card 52%. Going first, 65%. Yeah, looking again, just Animal Companion overkept, right? Usual stuff. Okay, his specific matchups now. Versus Druid, normally Embiggen Druid. I imagine we're going to see similar patterns to what I just said. Rottennest Drake definitely underkept. Again, if you know it's Embiggen Druid, it's super good, this card. Yeah, Stormhammer, that's just a very good card. You probably want to keep that. Yep. This is a matchup where maybe that Desert Spear is bad against because of that Equestrian and stuff. Yeah, you can see it's bad, overkept. Mana Saber as well. Don't want to keep that. Super overkept, yeah. That's what it looks like versus Druid. Just keep the early game cards. Hunter, normally an aggressive mirror. Have a look here. You want to keep the Battle Mage for sure. I always keep Zephyr. Don't know why it's only 91%. Springpaw is good in the early game. Same with Desert Spear. In the early game matchups, you want your 1-drop, so I'd keep it. Yeah, weapon's good. These cards are decent. Makes sense. Corrosive Breath, high mulligan win rate-ish, but low kept. That's because you don't want to keep it without a dragon, kinda. So I can see that. Versus Mage, very good matchup. You just want to pressure them. Yeah, Fairy Dragon, the nuts. Can see why that. Frenzied Fellwing, low kept percentage because you only keep it when you already have the early game. Makes sense. Sharpshooter, just good. One-Nest Drake as well, you want to keep it with early game. Zephyr's the nuts. Prawn Explorer looks overkept. Don't know why Kill Command's so high. Wouldn't keep Kill Command. Desert Spear, yeah. Usual stuff at the CM map, probably not keep either. You could keep the Snip maybe. Battle Mage, yeah, you want to keep that, right? Versus Paladin. Desert Spear, the best card other than Zeph. Definitely keeping these every time. Battle Mage 2, yeah, you want to keep these. Keep this if you already have the aggro. Usual stuff. Versus Priest. Again, early game stuff. Fraud Explorer is good because it has poison against the Resurrect minions and against Combo Priest. The poison is insane, right? This is why I definitely want to keep this against Priest in case it's Combo Priest. I wouldn't keep tracking even though it's high win rate. Versus Rogue. Yeah, early game tools, 3 health, quite nice. Desert Spear again, very good against the lackeys, right? Zephyr's is good. Then we have Stormhammer, Bran. Bran just seems good. I imagine Bran on the coin is what you're looking for, right? Bran going first, probably not as good. Still decent. If you have early game, if you have a hand of like 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop or something, and you have Bran, you can keep the Bran. It's good. Versus Shaman. Yep, Desert Spear. All of these matches where there's tokens, Desert Spear is just insane. I guess Mana Saber's decent against Shaman because they want to target your minions with cards with like Zap and the weapon. Like, how Shaman works is it plays like Thunderhead and Frog, kills your minions with the aggro Shaman, and Mana Saber does play around that, so maybe that's right to keep. Versus Warlock, Zeph, Stormhammer to kill them, yep. Desert Spear is very good against the Invoke cards because it cleans up the 1/1s. And versus Warrior, see, usual stuff. Damn, the Brand's even higher here. Highest win rate card on the coin. Damn. They struggle dealing with the A8, right? Only Scion of Ruin can clear it. But yeah, usual suspects, high win rate. Okay. Feel free to go back and pause any of that on any of the stuff. If you have any questions, say below. But now we'll go into some gameplay. Not a good hand. Against Rogue. Okay, Snip Snap can be decent against Rogue. But like, that's all it is like decent. I really want to hit 1-drop, 2-drop. So I'm gonna maul for the 1-drop. Okay, there is the 1-drop, the Dwarven Sharpshooter, that's nice. That is what you're looking for. Okay. So we can shoot face, go face. Yep. So you could tracking here, but I'm not exactly sure what I want of tracking. I already have a 3 and a 4-drop, right? So I might draw into the 5 and the 6 naturally, and then I don't want to play tracking, right? Additionally, missing 2 damage is just pretty relevant with this deck. It often comes down to quite fine margins in the end, in terms of damage for lethal, and like, I don't want to tracking and miss the damage. Coin Snip Snap. So when they coin a 3, it normally means they have Seal Fate in hand. Not much I can do about that, really. I think I just have to play my 3-drop. Okay, so... yeah, there's the Seal Fate. And the backstab. Okay. Desert Spear picked up. I'm gonna go Feywing. I don't want to proc. This is a general rule against death rattle minions. You don't want to kill your opponent's death rattle for them. You give the minions charge basically by doing that. Let's force him to have a good lackey. I mean, he has the good lackey, and that's a bit of a pain, but we can just equip the spear next turn. Damn. This is one could say this was. Oh, okay, I take it back. I was gonna say he had the nuts, but then I drew this, so. I'd rather he didn't play Faceless Corruptor back on me, so I'm just gonna trade to get the board empty so he can't Faceless Corruptor me. Draconic Lackey's no issue for us. Okay, tracking on turn 6 is a very doable thing if you don't have Bran or Seamat in hand. So you're tracking on 6, pick up the Bran the next turn. If you don't want to play tracking on turn 7 because there's no 6 drop you want to pick up, right? Okay. His lackeys don't seem fantastic, do they? Okay, so he's doing this because he has Togwaggle in hand. So when your opponent indicates a Togwaggle, so face up as this. It means you can go on the aggressive. So I'm not going to tracking. I have Leroy in hand. He's on 13. I don't know what he's going to do to get back in this game. Next turn, Leroy Hero Power plus the weapon is 9 damage in itself, so if even 4 damage sticks. He could flick me, trade, and then I can tracking. Very reasonable for him to flick me and trade. Yep. Or he even destroys one in his own hand. Okay, so 3 damage, 9. Yep, not quite enough. Jeffrey's the great though. Looking good for next turn. I'm even going to poke the one face. I have a stealth minion on board. He's going to be hard pressed to find a way out of this one. The Flick Sky Shift could get evolved here. I imagine that's what he's going to do. There are 7 mana taunts, 7 mana 5/10 taunt for instance. 7 mana 3/7 taunt. Okay. So when this dies, it deals 3 damage to all minions. So I Griffin. Is there lethal here? Problem is the Unleash doesn't work because it Unleash Raw. This goes to 5, I go to 3. Yeah. Okay, I found the way, Silence also worked, but Raw's cooler, so I'm gonna Raw. I don't know why that took so long to work out. Silence was just lethal the whole time. Whatever. You get there in the end. Sweet, yeah, the rogue matchup, just apply pressure and then you finish them with the Zeph or the Bran or whatever. Normally how it goes. Okay, we are against Hunter though. So when you face against Hunter, slight unfavorable against the Dragon Hunter, right? The Dragon Extrons are definitely too slow over here. Zodiacs I think is a bait. You think you want the healing, but the Zodiacs often gets Corrosive Breast, Scale Rided, the Dwarven Sharpshooter. There's a lot of answers to it, so I don't actually think it's very good. So here, this scenario, you just want to curve out. So you coin Zeph for a 2-drop. I don't want to play tracking in the early game. I want to spend mana on minions. So playing Zeph for the 2-drop is the play. It's only really Corrosive Breath, right, that answers this. So I'm going to take the Protector. In some matchups you get offered Fairy Dragon. Just depends on the matchup. Hunter Mirror, no Fairy Dragon there. I could play the Fairy Dragon now. think I'm going to play the Protector, though. It does look strong while I can. Turn 4, we can go Fairy Dragon Hero Power. After I play the Stormhammer on 3. Could play the Fairy Dragon for the Stormhammer, but like it's quite likely he has like Skull Rider or something. This is quite a quite strong one. I very rarely see people calling this F, but if you don't have a 1, if I had a 1, I'd play the 1, of course. But yeah, this is just a lot of power. And you're just spending your mana each turn, which is what you want to do. This is an aggressive deck with late game finishes. Yep, picked up the dragon, which is nice. Now this Stormhammer's gonna stick for so many turns. Looks like I'm playing the Highlander Hunter Mirror here. And you see he's kept a card but hasn't played it, and like this is the punish for having a slow hand. Once one person gets ahead in these Hunter Mirrors, it's super duper snowbally. There is Rottnest Drake for comeback, but apart from Rottnest Drake, very little else you can do. We can jam around this next turn potentially. In case he maybe got a taunt from Explorer. I mean the taunt costs 7. I'm not sure. Varanus is the most playable dragon there, though, I think. He's already down to 9. The Ori plus weapon is 9. Even if he clears the board, you see here just weaving in every turn, getting the dragon down. Playing a bit like Dragon Hunter when you have this sort of a hand, right? Yep. Nice. But yeah, key thing here, not playing the tracking. You want to hold the tracking with this deck, unless you have to play it. Maybe if you have no, it's turn 1, you have no turn 2 play, you can play tracking, of course. Yeah, nice work, nice win there against the Hunter. Okay, so that's it for Highlander Hunter. If you want to see more games, I play this a bit on my stream. You can always ask me questions there about stuff as well. This is the list as we saw before, but the code will be in the comment section as well if you want the code. If you want to ask as well for future deck reviews, please tell me which ones you want, and I'll try and do a guide on that deck. But for now, that's pretty much everything today. I will see you next time. Bye bye.